If there's one plant that typifies a cottage garden perennial, I suppose it has to be the lupins. Big, strong spikes of flowers with a distinctive fragrance and lush green foliage. But these are not just your ordinary lupins. These are the Westcountry series of lupins raised by Sarah Conybeare in North Devon in England. She's been working with lupins for over 20 years, perfecting and developing different sorts until she finally came up with this series. Based on the old Russell lupins that unfortunately over the years had become somewhat diluted and often infected with virus and so on, she took the best of those and then perfected this series that now today, as you see, have these absolutely gorgeous big flower spikes that still have that evocative fragrance and rich, bright green foliage that puts up a nice vigorous perennial in our garden. Now, lupins are hardy, but they like sunny, warm days and cool nights, and they'll begin to flower in late spring and early summer and put on this spectacular show. They'll grow in just about any soil as long as it's not soaking wet, and also they prefer to be not in lime-rich soils, so avoid soils with high calcium. What's interesting about lupins too is that because they belong to the pea and bean family, they're able to fix their own nutrient at the roots, so they don't need a whole lot of fertilizer. But when you get these which have been vegetatively reproduced, they will come true to type. They will produce lots of these nice big strong spikes of flowers, which then when they begin to go over, if you deadhead them, they'll come again very often and give you new spikes that will rise up through the foliage and give you a nice renewed blooming again. Often taking a break during the summertime. In mild, moist, cool autumn weather, they'll often give you another flush again too. Only growing about 2.5 to 3 foot high. This is Westcountry Masterpiece, this beautiful wine red, rich, kind of decadent color. And then there's this one, which is named after a famous racehorse in Britain called Red Rum. And then look at this one. This is Manhattan Lights. It looks just like those tower blocks in Manhattan when you look at all the different color, bicolor on this plant. Really beautiful. That's just 3 of the series. It's part of the Westcountry series of lupins bred by Sarah Conybeare in Devon.